Next up, Dan Gesser from Teckst. Dan, take the stage.
Good morning. My name is Dan Gesser. I'm Chief Revenue Officer at Teckst. We enable brands to send and receive text or mobile messages from within their CRM. We do this across different messaging types, including SMS, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp. We are not a chatbot, and we do not have a separate app that we ourselves have for the customer. We run over the rails of existing applications the customers downloaded. A bit about the company. We were started in 2014. Our founder was the first creative director of Seamless Grubhub. He also had creative responsibility for customer care, and it was odd to him that in spite of the fact that customers were ordering their food from a mobile device, they had to call for support. So he set out to look for a solution. The only solutions he found were ones that were not integrated in CRM and couldn't output any data to other systems. So he started Teckst. We work across different industries. You can see a few of the names up there. Retail, sports. We also have partnerships with companies like Infobip. Actually just announced some news this morning. I want to tell you a familiar story. Here's a short video that those of us that have traveled or work in travel probably have experienced, along with how text can be a solution for that.
This is John, whose flight was just canceled due to a severe storm, along with everyone else on the eastern seaboard. There isn't an available agent in sight. The call center is swamped, and web chat is like talking to a robot rock. Luckily, the airline John is flying uses Teckst. John receives an automated notification about his flight status. He can simply reply, asking to be booked on a new flight. Teckst can integrate with bots to collect additional information needed from John. Then, Teckst intelligently routes John's request, passing him to the right agent. Thanks to seamless CRM and customer service integrations, the agent has all John's information at hand to resolve his issue quickly. On the agent side, the experience is the same whether they receive John's message via SMS, WhatsApp, or Facebook Messenger. Because these channels are asynchronous, the same agent can help 5 to 10 customers at once. Teckst can turn traveler care across airlines, hotels, and events into continuous conversations. Learn more at teckst.com today.
Okay, so that story was about airlines, but it could apply to any aspect of the travel industry, hotels, trips. Moreover, that was kind of a catastrophic situation, but text can be used for day-to-day customer care issues. Actually, it can be used throughout the customer journey. It can be used for acquisition, for retention, for loyalty, and for support. So again, we plug into any CRM. What that allows us to do is build into custom workflows that every company has. We can also build into the data object that's desired, whether it's the ticket, the case, the contact, the opportunity, the account. It doesn't really matter. Our expertise is in working with customers to make those configurations. And we have the back-end integrations to all the different messaging channels. So rather than your own development team having to build these when a new channel comes out or wanting to add a new one, we do all that work and we've got redundancy. This is an example widget from one of our CRM integrations. We purposely blocked out the text of the message that the agent saw so that you can actually see what the agent was able to use. So beginning on the upper left-hand corner, that's my name and my phone number. It looked in CRM and matched me based on that. You can see on the bottom left, the messaging channel is highlighted green. Now, why is that important? It's not that the agent needs to know. It's that across all those different messaging channels, the agent doesn't need to know the actual channel that's being used. It's the same experience for them. And for the customer, they experience it over the app that they're already using, either their native SMS app, WhatsApp, Messenger, etc. Number 3, that dashed line across the middle there, we use that for our continuous conversations. We wanted to make it easy for an agent to see all the past interactions with that customer. So just like you can scroll up when you're texting your friends or messaging them, you can see all previous conversations. So agents can now see all this information and not have to spend time looking for other things. You see we've got some automated messages there in dark blue. That's if the bot, or if you want to send a responder that says, thanks, we received your message, and light blue for the rep responses. Also, you can add in photos and emojis. So the innovations are a single customer view in that CRM, also flexible configuration, as I mentioned, plug and play into the various messaging technologies. Because we work across industries, we bring a great deal of customer engagement expertise, and also we share that with our customers. Benefit to the traveler, really clear. You get to engage with the brand on your device in the manner in which you choose on your time. No more long phone lines or wait times, repeating yourself over and over again. No need to email and wait for a response, and no drop chats or are you there, are you there, are you there. For the brand, they get this richness of information for a full customer view. They can deflect up to 40% of calls. Efficiency goes to 5 to 10. Customers are satisfied, and they stay off social media, no screeching. We're tiered SaaS monthly pricing, $1 billion market opportunity and growing, and scalable operating margin. Our team, actually Josh and I, who's the CEO, sold our last startup to IBM, some great advisors. At the end of the day, it's about making customers happy and making it easy for agents to do their jobs. That's what we at Teckst do. In light of the emojis, please stop by our booth and pick up your emoji. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Take a seat in the Dragon's Den. Dragons?
I can start this time, I guess. Why is this travel specific? This seems like a generic customer. It seems cool, but I don't understand, why is it special for this audience?
Sure. So I think there are two things that are interesting for this audience. The first is we have built a generic platform, but with every industry that we go to, we add new things and can share things across industries. Number two, not to knock on travel, but I do think there's some room for efficiencies and gains in customer experience. And that's what it's really about. No.
Can you tell us, when you sort of distill the value to a potential customer, what are you pointing to? Is it workflow? Is it cost savings? What is it?
So it's typically, we do an ROI analysis. We do it based on call deflection. So we can say we save up to 40%. Even at 10% for most companies, it more than pays for the service. And then all the other gains, improve sales, improve customer experience, improved agent experience. Pretty easy for us to do it that way.
Hey, Dan.
If I could just follow up, is the retention, is your customer retention supporting the success claims going in?
Yes, we've got some very strong retention. Not only that, but the NPS scores of our customers are highest in these channels than they are in other things like call center, email, web chat.
Hey, Dan. I've got a question from Amy down here.
I'm just wondering how different your technology is from anything that Twilio and others have developed. What distinguishes you?
Great question. So Twilio has built a lot of the plumbing out there, a lot of the APIs. We actually use Twilio as one of our sources of inventory for SMS. But there are certain things that Twilio isn't doing. They're not providing this agent front end integrated into CRM. They're not working day to day in the minds with their customers. And they're not willing to adapt in the way that we are around the business process.
What's to stop your CRM partners from doing this themselves? It seems like this is potentially more of a feature than a company.
That's a great question, too. So some of our CRM partners have built their own box check capability, like Salesforce. Yep. In spite of that, we have a good business with customers who already use Salesforce.
Why?
A couple of reasons. Number one, our functionality is more agent-friendly. Number two, we will literally love our customers to death. With support, good luck getting somebody on the phone from some of the CRM providers. We tweak things over time. We continue to innovate the platform. We share best practices across things. I'm not going to lie. When we were at Xtify in a former life, we had similar questions then. It wasn't a feature. It ended up being a key part of the IBM Marketing Cloud. I think this messaging business will be the same thing for another company.
And did you guys have hooks back into travel reservation systems or PMS or anything like that, so you can actually plug inventory right in, or are agents having to actually type it or cut and paste it?
So right now we don't have those automated integrations, but it's easy for us. Everything is API based. It's a very modular system. Pretty easy for us to stand things up. We sign customers within a few weeks. We've got everything integrated. A key part of our ability is to spin those up quickly. Not only the back-end integrations, but also the front-end agent experience. We work really hard to make sure that it looks like the rest of the CRM and isn't this really different experience.
Whose idea was it to put 4 consonants together for a company name?
So that innovative creative director, sometimes you miss.
Great. Thank you very much, Dan. Well done.
Thank you.